Jack, got a second? I need to check something with you.
What now? This is such a hassle. I'm at work, you know.
I know. I'm at the tax office, but something weird is going on.
Wait, tax office? Oh, right. It's that time of year.
Yeah, so there was an error when I was filing.
An error?
It says I don't have a spouse. What's going on? I'm totally confused.
Ah, that.
So, you know something, don't you?
Guess you figured it out before I had a chance to say anything. This is awkward.
Wait, hold on. What's going on?
We're divorced.
What? Wait a minute. Divorced? I don't remember us ever discussing divorce.
Sorry. Something came up and I couldn't stay married to you. I went ahead and handled the paperwork myself.
What? Look, even as a joke, this is seriously messed up.
I'm not joking about the divorce.
It's real?
Yeah, it's real.
But why? Was there ever a reason for us to get divorced?
I've been struggling with when to bring it up for a long time.
Really? I didn't notice any signs at all. And seriously, you filed for divorce without even telling me? Do you realize what a huge mistake you've made?
I didn't have a choice.
What do you mean you didn't have a choice?
I got your sister pregnant.
What? Hold on. You mean Mia, right?
Yeah.
I heard from Mom recently that she's pregnant. But I didn't hear anything about Mia getting married, so I asked who the father was. Mom wouldn't tell me. I know it's not that uncommon to have kids before getting married these days. But she just wouldn't say who the father was. I asked so many times, and all she'd say was, "We'll talk about it later." So you're the father of her baby?
Yeah, that's the truth.
You've got to be kidding. Mom was acting so strange back then. She should have been happy about having a grandchild, but she seemed all nervous like something was wrong. I never would have guessed that she was hiding the truth.
Yeah, Mom knew. I think that's why she was struggling with what to say.
Why didn't you tell me you got Mia pregnant?
How could I say something like that? I didn't want to hurt you.
But I was going to find out eventually. I wish you had told me sooner.
I just haven't fully processed everything yet. I knew I had to tell you the truth eventually, but I didn't think it'd come out because of a tax filing.
So? How long have you been seeing Mia?
Well, we exchanged numbers at the pre-wedding family meeting. After that, she started messaging me all the time, asking if we could meet up, just the two of us.
Wait, it's been going on that long?
It's not weird to exchange numbers with your sister-in-law, right? At first, I planned to turn her down. I mean, I was committed to marrying you and I tried to keep my distance from Mia.
But in the end?
She just wouldn't give up. She was sending me messages constantly on WhatsApp, asking me to go out with her. I started to feel bad for her. She was trying so hard, and I thought it was kind of sad. So I agreed to go out for dinner, just once.
Oh, really? And then?
Of course, I only planned to have dinner and go home. But Mia drank way too much wine at the Italian restaurant and got completely drunk. She said she couldn't make it home alone, so I offered to take her home in a cab.
I see. And then you went along with your wife's sister's invitation and committed adultery, huh?
I was pretty drunk myself at that point, and I couldn't say no. I thought it'd just be that one time, but then...
But then?
She kept messaging me every day on WhatsApp, asking to meet up just the two of us again, so I gave in.
And then you got her pregnant. Kept it from me and went ahead with the divorce paperwork?
Well, to put it simply, yeah.
To put it simply?
Look, think about it. It wouldn't be fair for my child to be born out of wedlock, right?
Unfair? Shouldn't you have talked to me about the divorce first? It's bad enough that my husband and my sister did something so awful. But filing for divorce behind my back? That's just unacceptable.
This is exactly why you're so quick to dismiss everything between me and Mia.
Excuse me?
You're just jealous of her, aren't you? You lost your own sister as a woman. You couldn't have my child and now you're throwing a fit? It's pathetic.
How is this throwing a fit? I'm not even talking about my emotions. But you know what? Thanks to this, I've finally calmed down. I should probably take legal action for you divorcing me without my consent.
Legal action?
But you know what? Never mind. Judging by your reaction, this is just going to drag on forever and we'll never see eye to eye.
Glad you finally understand. If you just accepted things calmly from the start, this wouldn't be such a hassle.
Oh, you think I'm just going to back down now?
What?
You really don't get it, do you?
What are you talking about?
It's ridiculous that you still don't see it.
There's no point in dragging this out any longer.
Anyway, just get out of our apartment.
What? Why should I?
Don't forget that this apartment is under my name.
Oh, right. Well, I guess that can't be helped. But at least give me some time to pack my things.
Fine. Be out by tomorrow night. I'll stay at a friend's place tonight.
Got it. Geez, women's jealousy is so pathetic.
The fact that you're trying to chalk this up to women's jealousy says it all.
It's obvious you're jealous.
I'll make sure you regret it.
What? What do you mean by regret?
If you don't get it, that's fine. Goodbye. This is seriously hilarious. So, Camilla, you, the calm and collected type, actually yelled at Jack to get out of the house, huh? Poor thing. But I kinda get it. I mean, you went to file your taxes and found out you've been divorced without even knowing it. That's gotta be shocking, right? Bet it stings, huh? I didn't actually yell. I just told him to leave over WhatsApp. Whatever. Trying to act all calm again, huh? So, how does it feel to lose another one? Just like you did with your college boyfriend. Oh, right. You've got a history, don't you? I trusted my boyfriend and thought I had a serious relationship. But you came along and just kept tempting him. Yeah, that's right. In the end, he became totally obsessed with me. At first, he was like, I'm dating your sister, so I can't. But that fell apart in no time. Even back then, just a little push from me and he immediately turned my way. People always say it's what's on the inside that counts, but let's be real. Guys always go for young and pretty girls. Yeah. Call it jealousy or bitterness. I don't care. Just stop messaging me. Thanks to you two, I've got a ton of stuff to deal with. But it's just so funny. When I took your boyfriend back in college, you were all, do whatever you want. So nonchalant. Now, I can't stop laughing, imagining my cold, boring, workaholic sister, who's always been such a dull, heartless corporate drone. Absolutely fuming with rage, drowning in negative energy. You must have really loved Jack, huh? This is so entertaining. I'm not furious. If anything, I'm just shocked. Huh? I was already planning to break up with my ex in college. And as for Jack, now I clearly see he never really understood the root of the problem. So I'm over it. I'm not really sure what you mean, but basically, you're admitting defeat. Well, Jack and I are married now. Ah, so you've already filed the marriage certificate, huh? This is going to get even more complicated. What do you mean? By the way, I just want to ask, do Mom and Dad know about all of this? Of course. They were a little surprised when I told them I was pregnant. But once I said that Jack and I got married, they seemed relieved. Jack's still their son-in-law, just switching from being your husband to mine. And with a grandchild on the way, they're happy with how things turned out. They think it's all resolved as long as you give up. Oh, is that so? Well, Mom and Dad always favored me over you anyway. Even when it comes to their grandchild, they're probably happier that it's mine, right? I bet the baby's going to be as beautiful as me, too. Oh, I see. So they haven't heard about the company yet, huh? Wait, what? The company? Oh, you mean how you're going to have to leave Jack's dad's company? Excuse me? You started working at his dad's company after college, and that's how you met Jack, right? You were probably aiming to marry into wealth since Jack was the future CEO. Too bad, though. Instead of marrying rich, you're losing your job. It'd be embarrassing for the ex-wife to hang around the company where her ex-husband is the future CEO, wouldn't it? There's no way you'd stay, right? Don't worry. I'll take over the role of the future CEO's wife for you, so relax. Good grief. Seems like my whole family has no clue how serious this situation really is. Hey, can we stop messaging on WhatsApp now? What? Talking to someone as jealous and bitter as you is bad for the baby, you know? Oh, I see. Yeah, I want my baby to only feel positive emotions. Negative energy and stress can have a bad effect on the baby, apparently. Oh, really? There's actual scientific proof behind it. A mother's stress during pregnancy affects the baby's development. It even says in maternity books that too much stress during pregnancy can make the baby emotionally unstable after birth. Whatever. Oh, I get it. You're probably trying to stress me out on purpose, aren't you? Of course not. You're the one who started messaging me in the first place. I need to protect my baby from my mean big sister, so I'm done here. Bye-bye. Hey, Camilla. I need to talk to you. What do you want? Are you sure you want to text me? Didn't you say talking to me would be bad for your baby? Enough of that! This is an emergency! What is it? Why did Jack get fired from the company? And on top of that, I heard they're cutting off financial support for Dad's company. What's going on? What did you do, Camilla? What did I do? All I did was tell his parents that Jack divorced me without my consent and married you. That's it? That's really all you did? Yeah, that's it. The rest was their decision. Why? It's just a divorce and a remarriage. It's not that unusual these days. Firing him doesn't make any sense. No. Cheating on your wife and her sister, and then divorcing her without even talking to her about it, is pretty unusual, don't you think? But it couldn't be helped. I'm pregnant with Jack's baby. You weren't pregnant yet. So it's only fair that you step aside and let me have him. Even so, going ahead with everything behind my back is just wrong. But firing him? That's a real problem. We're about to have a baby. I don't work, and if Jack's unemployed, how are we supposed to survive? Are you sure you didn't know anything about this? About what? About Dad's company being on the verge of bankruptcy. Bankruptcy? I haven't heard anything like that. Well, maybe you didn't know. But Dad's company has been in the red for several years, and the situation kept getting worse. Some of their clients pulled out, and they were weighed down by bad debts from the past, making it impossible to recover. It was that bad? Yeah. The recession hit hard and some sectors of the business completely stalled. The company couldn't bounce back from that, which was a critical blow. Plus, Dad's outdated business strategies didn't adapt to new business models, which also contributed to the downfall. That's why we asked Jack's father for financial support to save the company. And you two got married to strengthen the family ties and secure the aid? Exactly. The idea was to build trust through marriage and secure the financial support needed to save Dad's company. But wouldn't it be the same if I married Jack? I'm still Dad's daughter after all. That's where you're wrong. There was one more crucial condition tied to the financial aid. What was it? Actually, this is the most important part. I was supposed to become a candidate for an executive position at Jack's father's company. What? I have qualifications in business management. Jack's father wasn't just offering financial aid. He planned to be deeply involved in rebuilding Dad's company. For that, he needed someone trustworthy to handle the management. So one of the conditions for the financial aid was that I become an executive candidate. So that means... Exactly. In exchange for the financial support, I was going to be involved in the management of Jack's father's company to help turn Dad's company around. Wait, couldn't I do that instead? I'm Jack's wife now, so I could be the one to become an executive candidate to help Dad's company. Are you serious? You don't have the qualifications or experience. Just being married won't help save the company. Then what's going to happen to Dad's company? Who knows? If no one else provides financial support, it'll probably go under. This is a disaster! Please, Camilla. Can't you ask Jack's dad to continue the financial support? The marriage that was a key part of the deal ended in a legally questionable way. And the wife, who was supposed to be involved in managing the company, has been replaced by an unemployed woman with no experience who stole her sister's husband. There's no way they're going to continue the financial support in this situation. But I'm younger and prettier than you. I thought Jack's dad would be happy about that. Being young and pretty doesn't matter if you've got nothing going on upstairs. I get that this might be hard for someone like you who doesn't understand business. But the fact that our parents are on the same level as you is pretty shocking. But... Anyway, Jack is fired, cut off completely. And financial support for Dad's company is done. This decision isn't going to change. No way! Oh, by the way, Jack's dad, the current CEO, told me that he'd like me to continue working with him. What? Wait a minute! Are you really going to abandon Dad? I've decided to cut ties with you and the parents who betrayed me. No! Well, they've always favored you and were cold toward me. Still, I felt indebted to them for raising me, so I wanted to help. But now that they're siding with you after you stole my husband, and are all smiles about having a grandchild on the way, they're not my family anymore. Please, Camilla, help Dad. And ask Jack's dad to cancel his firing. I told you, I'm cutting ties with the family. Jack is a stranger to me now, too. Oh, and I'll be filing for alimony, just so you know. Alimony? That's awful. You're going to take money from your own sister? Of course. Although you're not really my sister anymore. Bye. It's not fair that only you get away with this. Answer me! Later, my father appointed Jack as the CEO of his company. He thought Jack was a capable man and hoped that the generational shift would somehow save the business. But in reality, Jack was an incompetent fool. Even his own father had been troubled by his inability to work, so firing him wasn't just about the affair. As a result, the already struggling company's performance took a nosedive, and it eventually went bankrupt. Jack not only lost his job, but he was also saddled with a massive debt and had to pay me alimony, which plunged him further into financial ruin. In the midst of all this, Mia gave birth to their child, but she was never ready to be a mother. And with their poverty taking a toll on her mental health, a relative of Jack's stepped in and offered to adopt the baby, saying it's not the child's fault. Now the child is being raised and loved like their own in that family. As for Jack, he tried finding a new job, but he's too incompetent to be hired anywhere. Constant fights with Mia eventually led to their divorce. Not long after, Jack reached out to me asking for help and even proposing we get back together. I replied with a single word, no, and then blocked him. At the time, learning that he divorced me without my consent was a shock. But looking back, I'm glad I got rid of him before we had children together. I plan to continue working hard as an executive at Jack's father's company.